Thank you for checking out crypto.chartguys.com, the source for technical analysis in the cryptocurrency world. We are proud to announce our own crypto alert system designed to give you the most critical technical trading information possible no matter where you are. Keep your eyes on the market with mobile or email alerts for MACD crosses, RSI levels, and even inside bar alerts for dozens of coins across multiple exchanges. New features and proprietary ChartGuys indicators are already in development. Our alert system is very easy to customize and utilize, so don't hesitate to sign up for the most effective crypto trading tool on the market at crypto.chartguys.com. Hello everyone, hope you're doing well this weekend. Been getting a bunch of questions this week about affiliates again, so just want to give the reminder that if you do like our content and you do have a means of sharing it with others, send us an email. We'll set up an affiliate account. We give 20% to those that participate, and we certainly are sending thousands of dollars to people that are referring people to products that they have used, services that they have used and find useful. So if you do find the alert system or the courses useful and want to share, send an email and we'll get that set up. So let's get into analysis for the big three, and we had a lot going on. But before that, I've been touching on an ICO that I have been interested in, and I did get in on the pre-sale for ShipChain, and that's what I am interested in. It's shipchain.io is the place to check it out in terms of the white paper. We did sell out during the pre-sale, and then ETH skyrocketed, so any payments that were made in ETH, they instantly made 25% profit on those payments. So they got more money than they needed, and they topped out at $30 million raised. So there is no more ICO in mid-January. A lot of people are disappointed about that, and I am going to scale back in terms of my, pointing it out and letting everybody know about this, just in the sense that I want to wait till we get listed on an exchange until we have an ability for everybody to buy into it, and to make sure that it's, still a good buy, and I do believe it will be. This is the kind of coin where the risk to reward is so high in the favor of reward that I'm really excited about it. So whatever you allocate to this is definitely in the high risk part of your portfolio. But shipchain.io, I will be putting out videos with more information. I'm going to be doing interviews. One of our former members is certainly well entrenched in this space and is familiar with ShipChain as well. They're part of a group that he has built. So I'll put out a video perhaps tomorrow just with some more fundamental information, and it is going to wait. We are going to have to wait until listed on exchanges before most people are able to participate in this coin. But again, I do still believe there will be opportunity for significant gains once we do get listed. So checking in on the big three, highlighted in the video yesterday, let's start with Litecoin, because Litecoin stole the show yesterday with a huge breakout. When I did the video, and again, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch the video yesterday just to see what I was looking at in terms of, back checking and looking back at history. What was standing out to me in terms of keeping an eye on Litecoin? And in the video, I was saying things like, keep an eye on Litecoin later this weekend. It happened sooner than I thought it would, but I said later this weekend, we could see, we've seen Ethereum run, we've now seen Bitcoin run, and Litecoin is definitely lagging behind. It is correlated to Bitcoin, but it has not seen the same break. And we were still within down here. We were at about, during the time of the video, in the 250s. And I said, if Litecoin were where Bitcoin were right now on the chart, because we already broke to the higher high, Litecoin would be pushing 300. And certainly the bulls woke up, and there we go, hit 300 shortly after that video came out. So again, I didn't see any signs of it in terms of anticipating it to happen that night. But I did point out that it happens very, very quickly for Litecoin. The breakouts and the percentage gains are much more explosive. And so that is what happened. And the signal was on the hourly time frame getting very tight and giving a clear bull break. And there was also a signal from the alert system, our price shear alert on the 15-minute time frame here. Get some messages with people saying, I get the 15-minute price shear and I feel like it's too late for the move. But the way that the price shear is designed is that for it to get to the alert signal, the breakout needs to have solid volume behind it on coins that have solid volume. If you're trading an altcoin that is illiquid and can move rapidly, that's going to affect things. But if you're looking at the big three and you get a 15-minute price shear alert, there's usually very solid volume accompanying that. And that volume is the momentum behind the move that can allow for bigger gains. So here was where the 15-minute alert for Litecoin breaking out was sent out. And it was at about 255. And as you can see, less than 2 hours later, we're up in the 290s. So even though it was not the start of the bull break, you can see that at that point, the move was already about 15, 20 minutes underway. But if you're close enough to a computer and the 15-minute time frame signal for a price shear is usually for a day trader, there's definitely still opportunity to get in and to either scalp or, build a position to capitalize on clear breakouts. So that's just an example of when the alert system went off. Yes, it is not the start of the move. It is slightly late, but look at the volume behind the move and then look at the follow through that we got. So Litecoin on the daily time frame now has given us our higher low and higher high. So the trend has changed. It was lower highs and lower lows. I highlighted the potential for the bull MACD cross. Bitcoin already has a bull MACD cross following through right now. So it's almost like Litecoin is the little brother, just one step behind, and it can be utilized in terms of looking for laggard action. So we'll look for a bull MACD cross over the next couple of days. The next major resistance after 304, the high of this move, is 321. And that's the high of this breakout here, 321.85 to be exact. And let's put that level at that exact point. So 325.81. I take that back. It's 321.85. So the bulls are seeing profit taking. It is normal and healthy. Again, we ran so fast. We ran 20% on this 4-hour time frame, and now we're consolidating. At this point, we're watching key support, the low of consolidation, 272.20. That's the lowest point we hit on the pullback. And you look at the hourly time frame, that was our low, a little bull flag before continuation. Look at this inside bar. Actually, it wasn't an inside bar by 7 cents, not officially, but we had a clear inside bar bear break. I actually made an attempt at a position entry here, very low risk, low reward. As I said in my last video, I've been swing trading and holding positions longer. I was in Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Golem overnight. I'm currently only in Bitcoin. I took Litecoin profit in the 290s, and I added more Bitcoin on the way up. And I'm going to continue shifting things and changing allocations in terms of percentages, but certainly want to be in something with everything looking bullish. So where we stand right now, Litecoin, 272.20 is key support. The entry that I was looking at making, and this is just a nice example of a low risk, low reward, or a low risk, high reward entry that ended up being a stop out, but I'm fine with that because, after I made a move from, it was either 237 or 247 when I got in, I forget off the top of my head, but significant, $30, $40 move to the upside. And I'm willing to risk things to be looking for a re-entry. So I was looking at this descending triangle pattern. Look at this double bottom down at 285.16 and 285.05, and the range gets tighter and tighter. So I made an entry in the 286s and low 287s. So essentially, I was risking $2, and I put my stop loss just below 285. And I did get stopped out here, which I'm perfectly fine with because I gave myself the opportunity. If we had gotten a bull break of this pattern for continuation, it would have been a very easy $10 move. And I risked $2 before getting stopped out. So, and any way you look at it, that's a 4 or 5 to 1 risk to reward ratio in favor of the bull. So I'm fine with that small loss, and I will continue watching Litecoin, but as of right now, still consolidating lower highs and lower lows. The hourly chart was that bear break of the inside bar here, showing that break of 285. So inside bar, clear bear break, and that would allow an exit point at 286.20, but I personally would have used 285 support, and here we are below that level. So no harm and just patiently watching Litecoin. Bitcoin is where my attention is. We just had the daily chart break out and try and see some follow through. A little bit of a double top here, 17,178 and 17,174. So we have to be cautious of this double top. We have the bull MACD cross on the daily following through that I was talking about, the 4-hour time frame. Very healthy consolidation. A new higher low was established here. And that new key support is 16,251. If that level breaks, that is an indication to me that our top on the daily is hit for now, and the daily chart is going to see some consolidation. We are very weary, or very, I always screw that word up, very cautious of the double top up here at 17,170s, but it is the potential for a cup and handle pattern in terms of the psychology. So a double top, if we get some healthy brief consolidation and we can maintain 16,682, which is the hourly higher low, if we can hold a higher low compared to that level, there is the potential for a breakout and follow through. We just got our bull MACD cross on the hourly. So it's all about this clear double top and whether or not we're going to see reloading and bulls making an attempt at this level again tonight. If we see a bull break and get over that level and that double top, the next resistance that I'm looking at is 17,364 and 17,500. Those are the two clear levels. I could pick out about 5 other resistance levels until we're at all-time highs. Not a lot of resistance. The daily chart, the weekly chart, it's all favoring these bulls, which is a great start to 2018. Look at the weekly chart inside bull break. We got it on both Bitcoin and Litecoin. Inside bars are everywhere, giving us these signals and looking for some significant follow through as long as the hourly higher low pattern is maintained for the Bitcoin bulls. Ethereum hasn't been doing a whole lot, but it's been doing a good job of holding its gains. This is the daily chart, and we are on our 7th green day in a row, which we do not see very often at all on Ethereum. We are not confirming the bearish reversal shooting star, but we are forming an inside bar on the daily chart. So I look at the 4-hour chart, and I can see I highlighted in the video yesterday the potential for the bearish reversal head and shoulders pattern. And at this point, it's played out enough that that's not a major concern at this point. It would have been if we had pulled back here and dropped back down to this neckline, which we have not done. We've made our way back towards the all-time high. So it's not the same kind of pattern, and that's no longer a risk for the bulls. We are still watching the 4-hour higher low, and our most recent higher low was here at 935. And we can see the bulls following through, and just looking at the all-time high of $1,015. That is currently our range, an $80 range on the 4-hour time frame. If we want a smaller range, we look at the hourly chart. Very, very clear higher lows and higher highs on the hourly. So I'm looking at the most recent support of 1,000. There's another support down here at 990.23. There's another one down here at 984.55. So we're heading to the all-time high. We have clear higher lows, and sometime in the next 3 to 4 hours, we're either going to see a loss of the hourly higher low pattern and further consolidation, or we're going to see a new all-time high. Correlations are constantly shifting, as always. It's my opinion if Ethereum breaks out to all-time highs, it could steal a little bit of momentum from Bitcoin, and we could see some profit taking in Bitcoin while bulls want to capitalize on the Ethereum breakout. If we see Bitcoin break its double top and breakout, it is possible we see Ethereum sell off a little bit and Bitcoin get the attention. And it is also possible, but a little bit less likely in my opinion, that we see the bulls get a new all-time high in Ethereum and we see Bitcoin break that double top. And that would be significant for the bulls in any scenario. Also going to be keeping an eye on CNBC. We have more talk of ETFs for the cryptocurrencies. And the difference is this time that, you know, the SEC was hesitant because Bitcoin's so high risk, but now we have the futures. So we can have ETFs comprised of the Bitcoin futures that still don't have anything to do with touching actual Bitcoin. It's not as bullish for the sector if it were required that the underlying asset of Bitcoin actually had to be purchased. But if we see the ETF go up, if it gets approved and we see the ETF rise and we see futures rise in relation to that, then we're going to see Bitcoin rise as well. So it is going to be all connected just a little bit more indirectly. So that's, again, something I've talked about many times in terms of ETFs and what I'm looking for and excited about. And I'm going to be keeping a close eye on that in terms of when we get some approval. So that's what we've got here. Let's look at Tron. Tron is getting close to an entry, and I think it might have already happened here. But what we want to be watching is for the hour or the daily equilibrium pattern. So we had the clear all-time high, way overbought, profit taking initiated, but we look for the higher low then after all that profit taking, and it looks like that is in as well. That's down at 747. And we're looking for a bounce and then a lower high on the daily to set. So look at this 4-hour time frame. Anytime you see an all-out breakout and then consolidation, but not giving back all of the move and no big red flags, look at the lower wicks. Bulls are loving these lower wicks. This is an entry signal closing in here. So I'm looking at a couple higher lows of support where we could put our stop levels if we are wanting to protect our trade. I'm looking at 855, 82, and 747. And you can see the bulls are shifting things in their favor. Here's the hourly time frame, still not breaking lower highs very clearly. The most recent level I'm looking at that would be important for me is up here at 1089. If 1089 breaks, that breaks the lower high pattern. Right now, I personally would be scouting for an entry, but if not already in, I would be looking for a lower high compared to 1089 and then perhaps another higher low. And if you were to be drawing trend lines, I normally use the real bodies of candlesticks for trend lines, but just because these wicks are so clear down here in terms of the higher lows, in this instance, I would use the wicks, and I'd be watching that higher low pattern, and that's a terrible color. There we go, a little bit darker. And in terms of a downtrend, if I were going to be consistent and using wicks, there would be the potential that we are breaking bullish right now. Normally, I would be using real bodies, but because of that lower the lower wicks on the bulls buying the dip, I'm just playing around now. So there's that using the real bodies. We're still not a clear break just yet. So that's what I'm keeping an eye on. There is likely a Tron entry approaching. This is the hourly chart. So again, sometime in the next 6 hours or so, we're going to see some more clarity on this chart. We're going to look for a bull MACD cross, which we're getting now on the hourly. And if this 4-hour bullish reversal candlestick can be confirmed, look at the 4-hour candlesticks, lower highs, 6 in a row. Bullish reversal candlestick looking to form, confirm the reversal. And we're going to be looking at, this candlestick has less than an hour until it closes, and then we're going to be looking at for some follow through. Keep an eye on Tron. We're looking for that daily higher low to be set right now, and the stop loss levels are very clear if you are in a position. Exit if the higher lows are lost. So that's where we stand heading into tomorrow. Perhaps we'll go live tomorrow for some Q&A and some interaction with all you wonderful YouTubers out there. I appreciate you watching. Hope you have a good rest of your Saturday night. Remember to do good things.